Back at it again. The Army wants to change something again. The APFT, the AFT, the ACFT, whatever it's called now. You see what I mean? So the Army made a change on the physical fitness test once again. I want you guys to tell me, do you think it's worth it? Stick with me.
Hard work, earn my pay. Hard work, do it every day. Hard work, get up out of 2:45. Hard work, ready to go.
Another change in the Army. If it's not the uniforms, it's the physical fitness test. Again. And this time, it's here to stay. Or is it? So, what I want to talk about is it worth having this change? So historically, between 1940 and 1980, the Army did have a physical fitness test. There wasn't a true standard. They did have the push-up, the sit-up, and the run. But as far as I know, there wasn't the standards we have now to where you have to have a timed run, how many sit-ups, how many push-ups, and the different gender scales. But they did have one back in 1940 to 1980 that was kind of the standard, that ran through basic training. But if you look at some of the old Army movies, you see all the physical training they were doing, so it's totally different than today. Then the Army decided that it's time to modernize. Then so right around 1980, enrolls the Army APFT, the Army Physical Fitness Test, which involved the 2-mile run, the push-up, and the sit-up. You want to do them in order: push-up, sit-up, 2-mile run. And there was an age scale, and there was a gender scale, and that was it. Setup was easy, rolled it out anywhere. Then as the wars rolled in, 2013-ish is when the Army decided they wanted to do a change. And here lies the Army Combat Fitness Test. 6 events. You have the deadlift, the hand release push-up, the leg tuck, the power standing throw, what else? Sprint drag carry, and then the 2-mile run afterwards. Initially, it was gender neutral, and it was pretty much a pass-fail for the most part. Yeah, you did have to run on the scale, or a scale on the run. And this is between 2013 to 2019. And then they toyed around with some of the modifications in between it. Because people weren't passing to the leg tuck. People were failing because of lack of upper body strength. A lot of times it were females. And it's been proven that females do lack upper body strength or equivalent of upper body strength as a male. So they switched that over to the plank. Really and truly, I believe that the ACFT was brought about because they seen the Marines doing their Marine Combat Fitness Test, which, it is more practical in combat, but the Marines' mission is a little bit different. I think it was a copycat off of that because they didn't want to seem that the Army wasn't progressing, and especially in the combat era. We had Afghanistan and Iraq right in the middle of this time period. So that's why they brought that about, I believe. Then up until this year, now you have the Army Fitness Test. The Army Fitness Test. And now it's 5 events. They took out the standing power throw, throwing the ball. They took that out. From what I heard, the reason was it's not practical enough. But from what I understand, before it was supposed to simulate someone stepping on your hand and you hoisting them over something. Did they need to take it out? Now, this is my belief, and this is my experience. It's a royal pain to set up for the Army ACFT, now Army AFT. You have to coordinate with, you always have to be on the base, for the most part. You have to coordinate with a unit that has keys to the locker, because there's so much equipment that's involved. This isn't something you can do ad hoc. That's where I feel that they messed up. Because as the Army's going back to the older times, now when you go to Army school, as soon as you show up, you have to take an AFT, a physical fitness test, and you have to pass. And if you don't pass, you go home. I mean, I think you got to pass twice, or you get 2 chances to pass, or you're going home. So when a soldier, and I know back in the day, let's say, for example, I had to go to my advanced NCO course, and they just got me in the course. You get 2 NCOs, and they can administer me the APFT at that time, ad hoc. They have a 2-mile track. We can go to the high school track and count how many laps around, and I can do my sit-up, push-up, and my 2-mile run all in that one spot and go home. Now, if you want to do that, it has to be planned out. If it's not planned out, you're not going. So I believe that it's a waste of time and money to invest in the ACFT and AFT. I think the APFT was better because it was more practical. As a matter of fact, you're in the combat zone. I'm not saying you should be doing a PT test in the combat zone, but in the combat zone, if you wanted to test someone, you can do it ad hoc. I think it benefited the soldiers a lot more. Practicality, I mean, it's for a basic physical fitness standard. However, let me go back. The ACFT/AFT, well, AFT, it did change too. I mean, as far as the standards. I mean, now you have your gender roles. Now it's different scoring for combat arms. There's a different scoring table for combat arms, which is a big one. But other than that, people had the regular APFT. Everybody took it. Everyone was done. Now, do I think should there be another standard for people who are legitimately combat arms? Yes. Do I think the combat arms group hold their soldiers to a higher standard? Yes. The 82nd does way more than your conventional unit anyway, even when you had the APFT. But I digress. So what do you guys think? Do you think that they should have made this change from the ACFT to the AFT, or should they just have kept the APFT? Real quick, get the soldier together, you sit-ups, push-ups, 2-mile run, boom, you're done. The APFT, the AFT, whew, see how confusing it is? The AFT, it has to be staged, set up, and it's a longer period of time to get people through the whole thing. So let me know what you guys think. Is this a waste of time, of soldiers' time and money because of equipment? Or do you think this is more practical? So hit me down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. But I really wanted to talk about this one because it was kind of irking me. I'm like, man, no one's talked about this whole thing about the change in the PT test again. But that's all I got to say. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And until next time, peace.